Skip, I don't think anybody on any network has defended Aaron Rodgers more than I have.
I'll buy that.
But I'm getting tired of his.
Good. Thank you.
So people in the sports world, they seem pretty fed up of Aaron Rodgers, whether it's his attitude, whether it's his play. Some people think both. They think that he's washed up, he's trash. So I wanted to defend him. I want to go over reasons why people think, why people tend to not like him. But I wanted to defend him. I think that the Jets have a really good shot now at winning the Super Bowl. I don't think it's a guarantee because there's a lot of really good teams out there. But today I'm going to be taking on the case of defending Aaron Rodgers. In today's video, I'll be defending Aaron Rodgers. So I wanted to get into why people dislike Aaron Rodgers, and there's a lot of Aaron Rodgers hate and a lot of Aaron Rodgers burnout. And there's two main reasons why people dislike Aaron Rodgers from what I've seen. And ironically, Skip and Shannon, they both hate him. I mean, not say hate, but they both strongly dislike him for these two different reasons. So the number one reason is that, his personality. People, you'll see from teammates, they'll go to other teams, they'll retire, and then they'll say, thinking back at it, they'll talk about how Aaron Rodgers was not a great guy to be around. He was, kind of condescending, looked down on people, wasn't the best leader. So I would say that's the number one reason, it's the personality thing. The problem I have with Shannon's take on Aaron Rodgers, though, recently is because the thing with Shannon is that he's always known this to be true about Aaron Rodgers for years. It wasn't until the whole vaccination thing where he lied about his vaccination status. That's when it became a big deal. So I kind of have a problem with Shannon's take on that end because obviously, yeah, you don't want to lie about your vaccination status. It's your decision, by the way, if you want to get vaccinated or not. And I think both decisions are wise. And I had a really rough time, making the decision myself, so I respect it. But you definitely don't want to lie about it, so I understand that's a big deal. But if you look at a lot of other players in the NFL, they've done way worse. Trust me. There's one guy that's being celebrated now. He's put his hands on his wife when she was pregnant, and stuff like that. There's a lot of horrible stuff that goes on in the league. So for someone to be condescending, that's not really a horrible reason to. That's not really a great reason to hate someone. If you know what I mean. So I'd say the number two reason why people, the second reason why people tend to hate on Aaron Rodgers, and I'm not talking about actual hate, just sports hate, it has more to do with the GOAT comparisons. Because any athlete that's in comparison with the GOAT, which Tom Brady is considered the greatest quarterback of all time, there's going to be some hate going on, and it's natural. It happens with LeBron James and Michael Jordan. LeBron James gets a lot of hate. He also wears the same number, so that doesn't help. But that's usually the case here in American sports. It seems like every time that someone rivals a GOAT, they're always going to be hated. And to be honest, I think Aaron Rodgers actually scares me a little bit more as a quarterback, just for the deep ball, the deep ball accuracy and his mobility. As you can see in this play, he was able to get out of the pocket. He could move a little bit better than Brady. He could throw the ball, a lot deeper and more accurate than Brady. Not a lot more, but he just, slightly more. I do think that Aaron Rodgers definitely scares me a little bit more than Brady. But the reason why the Patriots have always been more feared is more because of a team effort. The defense. The defense has always been top 10 for the most part, sometimes top 1. But so naturally, Aaron Rodgers is going to get some hate for that. And I think that's actually why Skip Bayless doesn't like him. But let's go ahead and see what Skip had to say.
What's your guy from the Cowboys, Skip? You back up.
Cooper Rush.
Skip, this ain't Cooper Rush. This man has 4 MVPs, 475 passing touchdowns, and fewer than 100 interceptions.
Are you sure Cooper Rush isn't right now better than Aaron Rodgers? Are you sure? Are you sure?
No.
I'm not sure about this.
Cooper Rush, Cooper Manning, DB Cooper, ain't none of the Coopers. Cooper.
Yeah, to me, this is just bias speaking. Skip's tends to be very biased. I just don't understand this one at all because it's pretty obvious that Aaron Rodgers is way better than Cooper Kupp. And let me be clear, I actually think Cooper Kupp is a legitimate backup. I think he can be a starter on, at least 5 to 10 teams. I don't think he's bad, honestly. There's a number of backup quarterbacks that I think are legit, like Gardner Minshew. I don't think he's bad. I think there's legit backup quarterbacks out there. I think Cooper Rush is decent, but to compare him to Aaron Rodgers, I think is just a little ridiculous.
As soon as I heard this, I immediately tweeted Super Bowl or bust.
Okay, so we think.
You see the problem with that take? Like, did you catch that? He just got through telling us that Aaron Rodgers is no better than Cooper Rush. You know, that's Dallas's backup quarterback. So why is it Super Bowl or bust then? If he's no better than Cooper Rush, then why are you going to put that pressure on Aaron Rodgers to deliver a Super Bowl? You know, so you see that doesn't make any sense. That take doesn't make any sense at all. See, clearly there's bias here. Obviously, I think Cooper Rush is pretty decent. I think he could be a starter on at least 5 or 10 teams out there, you know, maybe more. You know, I think he's a decent quarterback. And he could probably, I don't know, I mean, you can make an argument, maybe he can take Dallas further than Dak. I don't know. I don't know about that. But I do have some respect for Cooper Rush, but to compare him to Aaron Rodgers is just ridiculous. You know, I think if you hear the problem with this take, he's clearly saying that he doesn't respect Aaron Rodgers, but then he respects him enough to pick him to go to the Super Bowl. And really, I don't think he's picking him to go to the Super Bowl. I think he's just trying to create a narrative that if they don't make the Super Bowl, then what's going to happen is he could come back and say, see, he's trash, you know. But you already said he's no better than Cooper Rush. So what's the problem? You know, that's the problem I have with this take. And clearly, this has to do with the GOAT debate. The further he puts Aaron Rodgers down, it makes, you know, Brady seem that much more of the GOAT, and he does the same thing with LeBron James. You know, the more he beats down LeBron, the greater Michael Jordan looks, and the greater, you know, the smarter he looks. You know, and I just don't like that take. You know, don't get me wrong, I do love Skip Bayless. I watched the show because of Skip. I originally came over to FS1 because of him, but you know, I stayed for both of them. You know, I love these two together, but he's just wrong on this one. All right, so in conclusion, it's very possible that everything Skip and Shannon said about Aaron Rodgers is true. I'm sure it is, but at the end of the day, Aaron Rodgers is like one of those people driving a car, right? He lets you know who's driving the car. He lets you know who owns the house. And Aaron Rodgers clearly owns the house. You know, he owns the keys to Green Bay's success. And unfortunately, Green Bay, they're going to suffer the consequences. They let him go. I think Jordan Love's okay, but he's not Aaron Rodgers, obviously, and the team doesn't have a great defense to justify getting rid of a quarterback of Aaron Rodgers' caliber. So we'll see what happens. It should be interesting, but at the end of the day, that's the way I see it. You know, like, not everyone's Haley Williams, who's, you know, more humbled, and, you know, Haley Williams is obviously the source of, like, the main person of Paramore. Aaron Rodgers is the main person of Green Bay, but he's going to beat you over the head with it. He's going to let you know who's driving the car. And that is what it is. You know, sometimes you got to deal with it, but do you want to get kicked out of the house? No, I think you got to do what you have to do to appease the person that owns the house. You know, work it out. You got to find a way to work it out. Green Bay didn't. They got rid of him. So, you know, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video, and peace.